Take two. All right. So this video is going to be a little hard for me. I'm probably going to do several takes on it because I want to do it without turning into a blubbery mess. I don't want to cry through this whole thing. So be patient with me. Y'all are going to see the final video. So let's see what number we end up at the end. If it's just two, I'm going to be excited. But something tells me it may take more. Anyway, so I'm already a little sniffly. Cried 5 minutes into the first video, so we're starting again. Today I took advantage of being in the building by myself. It's New Year's Eve 2019. We're fixing to go into 2020. Oh my God, I shared a thing on Facebook today about where are the Jetson cars? I mean, 2020, that was 1980 was 20 years ago. What happened? You know, it just, everything that reminds me of my age has been popping up and kind of making me laugh, but it's great. So today's video, I gave it some thought actually because to be honest, this past week, I've been really kind of down on myself because, you know, let's be honest, being an entrepreneur is not, it's not rainbows and kittens and roses and you know, all the fuzzy, warm, happy stuff. It's being here on New Year's Eve instead of being at home. It's the ups and downs of, can I pay rent this month? It's the reality of, is the career that I've chosen even something that'll make money? You know, we follow, and there's you know, follow me on this, but I followed several different graphic designers on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and they're making money hand over fist. Now, mind you, I know that most of them have been at it for 20 plus years. You know, that's great. I wish I was in that. I'm not there yet. I'm 8 years into it, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I'm trying to figure out why, like, what I should be doing to make this work better, you know? So, spent the past couple of days kind of down and out on myself. Got me a book to kind of bring me back up to par, which always helps. It always helps. And I decided today's video, I'm going to, instead of focusing on what I should have been doing, what I didn't do, or what I did and it failed, I want to start off with things that I accomplished this year because I need the boost, okay? I need to be reminded, I need to remind myself that I didn't sit on my ass all this year like I have many years before. This year I really did put forth an effort, and I need to recognize that. I need to recognize that about myself. I need to recognize that about my business because, you know, just because I'm not rolling in the money, I'm not making, you know, enough of an income to buy myself a new anything right now, I'm still putting in the legwork. And something that I have to remind myself, and I'm going to remind all of y'all that are trying to start afresh, especially you young kids that think this shit's going to happen overnight if you're starting a new business. The first year, I'm going to chalk it up to this year. I've spent the year planting seeds. All year. It's not just a season. A whole year of planting seeds that I hope grow into amazing client relationships, amazing opportunities that are going to bloom. I don't know. I don't know what's going to pan out and what's going to fall off and not give me any kind of fruition at all. But that's business. That's business. You put forth your best foot every day and you plant these seeds every day, and hopefully it cycles back around to you. Okay? So let's start with what I did accomplish this year. You know, I opened this office for probably about 4 years. I worked from home. You know, for those of you that don't know, I lost my mom to lung cancer, and she lived with me for 2 years. And those 2 years I worked from home so I could take care of her. And before that, I worked from home because it was convenient. And then before that, I had a part-time job, and I had a part-time job at a body shop, auto body shop, and I worked from home, or from there. I had an office there that I could use to do this on the side. So this year is the first year that I've gone balls to the wall and really put forth all my effort, all my money, all my heart into trying to make something for myself, okay? So that was goal number one. This year I started that. I started planning it at the end of the year in 2018. I got the keys to the office January 2019, and I've been here ever since, pushing through and trying to hold myself accountable for the fact that shit ain't gonna happen if I'm not here every day. And I'm not here every day. I'm here Monday through Thursday, and maybe that hurts me, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but it's how I wanted to start this off. I may change it up this year. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. But I know that I've put forth 1,000 times more effort into my business this year than I ever have before. All right. In the springtime, I started another organization, and I'm still trying to get it off the ground, called Legacy Co-Creative. And if you look behind me, this is kind of part of the area that I've just kind of confiscated in the building. It's actually a common area for all the tenants in the building, the antique ladies downstairs, the dress lady over here that does quinceañera dresses and stuff. It's like the kitchen area. But nobody was doing anything with it. So I took it upon myself to paint the walls a brighter white because it was very dingy in here, clean it up, put a coffee maker in here, snacks, a little bit of decoration, a refrigerator. I did all this to start Legacy Co-Creative, and Legacy Co-Creative it's a new concept that this town has never seen before, and half the people that I've talked to don't understand it still. It's a co-working space for creatives. If you're a graphic designer, an illustrator, a web designer, an artist of any kind, really, other than crafts, this isn't for crafty people, not painting and making beadwork and stuff, but if you're a digital artist or you like to draw, this is a place. I opened up my office to people that can come and use the Wi-Fi, use my computer. I'll teach them how to use my vinyl plotter, read my books. I have so many different resources here that I want to share, and I want to teach other people to be creative and to harness their creativity. And I started that this year, and it's a slow progress. But I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to keep putting it out there and just see how it takes off. I think I have one kid that comes here every day not every day after school, but about twice a week after school. And we work on his drawing and his writing and his reading and stuff, and he likes coming here, and I've built a really good relationship with him, and I feel like I hope that he's gotten out of the experience of being around me and being here that I hope that he did. And then I have another individual that's going to start coming and sharing the space with me after the first of the year. That he's an aspiring graphic designer and photographer and videographer, and he's never had any proper training, so I hope to help elevate him to whatever level he wants to be at, and I'm looking forward to that because I love to teach and I love to help. All right, so that's Legacy Co-Creative, kind of in a nutshell. It's kind of all over the place. I may go into another video about that again later. I think I have a video about it that I posted earlier on this year, but I'd have to go back and look because I can't remember. All right. This year, as with every year, I try to spend time with my family. We try to take at least one vacation with the kids and everybody at least once a year, and then me and my husband always take a vacation, just me and him, at least once a year. And I've learned in my 40 years, but mostly the past 10 years that I've been with my husband, that vacations are a must. They help you get out of your bubble, and they help you see things fresher and newer, and they relieve stress, and they help you make memories with the people you love. And I know it costs money, and if you can find a way to do it, because it will take you much further in the long run, and you won't miss that money, but you'll forever have the memories that you make with the people that you love. All right. let's see, I met new friends this year. I made a lot of new friends this year. And if you know me and you know how much a recluse I am, and unless it's on Facebook, I really don't socialize much. I've made friends with the local high school band moms. You know, my kids are in band. They've always been in band. My daughter's in band now, currently. And I kind of clicked with some new ladies. I really did, and I didn't think that I ever would. I never thought I'd be in the band mom clique. You know, that was never my intention. I'm just not that type of person. But I've made some good friends. I've met some really cool ladies that I've had a blast with this year, and I plan on being more involved in the next couple years that my daughter's in high school band, because let's be honest, she wants me there. She actually wants me there. Really? Hear that? Yeah, I deal with that every day. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a good, fun next couple years, because so far the ladies that I've met that are going to be along the ride with us, they're pretty cool. And I give them props, because I didn't have faith in none of y'all. All right, but we're gonna have fun, and I look forward to it. Let's see. This year I joined the Chamber of Commerce. This is one of those things that took me out of my comfort zone, and to be completely honest, waste of money. Like it really was. It's not, and I say this with all the love in the world, it's just not my crowd. It's not my type of people. I didn't feel like I fit in real well. My personality and their personality is just two completely different types. And nothing against them. I have nothing bad to say about anybody. Everybody was really nice. I don't know. I'm gonna put this out here, because I've told them before, is that I don't do early morning shit, okay? All these meet and greets over coffee and donuts and no. You got something going on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm there. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm there. You're asking me to be somewhere at 8 in the morning, you're smoking crack. Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm dedicated to my business, but I'm not dedicated to anything else that much, especially that time of day. No. So I feel like I networked a little bit. I enjoyed getting to meet some of the people. I learned a few things. I definitely learned a lot. I did learn a lot, and I give them that. But I will not be paying again for next year. It's just not my cup of tea, and I'm good with that. All right, let's see. This year I went to my first design convention, which I was excited about, but to be honest, it piqued my anxiety so bad. I was there by myself. I didn't know anybody. And going somewhere where there's hundreds and thousands of people, and I had nobody to talk to. Because I'm not the type of person in that type of setting anyways. If I'm somewhere where I know it's my playground, I'll talk to anybody. But you take me out of my bubble and put me in a room full of people I don't know, I clam up, I hide in the corner, I bury my face in my phone. That was me for like 3 days, because it was so hard for me to be comfortable. It really was. They had parties that night. I went to a couple of them. One of them, I did hit it off with a couple people, and I didn't get back to my hotel room until 2 o'clock in the morning. Proud of myself for that. Really, really was proud of myself for that, because I did enjoy that night. But then the next night I went to, it was more of a college frat party type of scenery, and it wasn't for me. I hung out for a little bit, talked to a couple of people, and I dipped. The last party of the event, nope, didn't even go to that. Like, I was perfectly happy sitting in my hotel room ordering Chinese food. I mean, that's me, okay? But I went and I did it, and I actually really enjoyed it. I loved hearing stories from other creatives, and just kind of being in the atmosphere of so many people doing amazing things. And I miss that. Like, I haven't had that since school. And being in an area with more than one or two creatives at a time, there's something magical in the air, and I absolutely loved it. So I have signed up for another one next year. We'll talk about that in a minute. this year. Yeah, soon. I survived the holiday season. This year, actually the past couple years, honestly, I've made it a point not to stress about it. I pick up a few things here and there for my kids and my family. I don't worry about setting a budget because I don't plan on spending that much anyways. I don't worry about making sure everybody has exactly what they ask for because either I can afford it or I can't. That's just all there is to it. I sent out my Christmas cards this year, but I didn't stress about it. I was going to design my own Christmas cards like I have in years past, but I really didn't have the energy or the time to do it, so didn't get done. I bought a pack at Walmart and I sent those bitches out. Adios. And I only sent out one pack. I didn't stress over, getting addresses from everybody. If I didn't already have their address, tough shit. So I did it, and I made it through the holiday season. I mean, we're still through the holiday season. It's Christmas, New Year's Eve right now. But for the most part, I'm not stressed. I haven't been stressed. The holiday season didn't stress me out. And I know that that's saying a lot because I remember when I used to stress out a lot about it, and I'm just not going to this year anymore. All right, let's see. 2 more things. Oh, 3 things. 1, I cut out Cokes. I know I don't talk about it on this channel at all. I don't think I've ever talked about it, but a year ago I was diagnosed as diabetic, and I couldn't tell you what type because honestly I don't ever remember. I just know that I'm on medication, and last year, a little over a year ago, I was feeling really shitty, man. I was always tired. I was always irritable, and things were just crappy, man. And it took me passing out or nearly passing out one day to realize that something wasn't right. So took my ass to the doctor, and I kind of had a feeling what it already was because I remember when my father was diagnosed with diabetes, it was the same symptoms he had, and so it really hit home. I knew what was coming, so I went in, told the doctor straight up, I think I'm diabetic, test me. They thought I was crazy, but I wasn't because it came back exactly how I said. I was diabetic. My numbers were kind of off the charts, so I really needed to get that in check. The first thing I did was I dropped sodas. That's probably been one of the hardest things I've ever done is dropping Cokes because I used to be a 3 Coke a day person. I needed that caffeine. I needed that sugar. It was good to me, man. In all honesty, if I thought I could get away with drinking one and not getting hooked again, I would run down and get me a cold Coke right now because there's nothing like it, right? But the difference I feel between being a Coke drinker and I haven't had a Coke in over a year now, night and day. And my diet's not always on track. This holiday season, my diet kind of went out the fucking window, and it's going to be a struggle for me to get back on my path. I go to the gym a couple times a week, but holiday season, I haven't been in 3 weeks. I went last night for the first time in probably about 3 or 4 weeks, and I felt amazing afterwards. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, and I know that these workout buff people, I'm telling you, I'm overweight, I'm diabetic, I'm 40 years old, I fucking hate working out. But I'm telling you the truth when I tell you, if you cut out Cokes and just get a little exercise in your routine a couple times a week, how you're going to feel versus how you feel now just sitting on the couch every night and eating junk food and drinking 3 or 4 sodas a day is amazing. It's a world of a difference. So I'm not here to preach to you about your diet. I'm not here to preach to you about working out and being healthy and all that shit. I'm not that guru, okay? I'm never going to preach that. If you want my advice, I'll tell you. If you want to know my experience, I'll tell you. If you want me to preach to you or what you need to do, I'll never fucking do that. All right? Shit, we got somebody coming in here. They better not ruin my video. I might have to cut this short. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so the next thing I did was started this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is a complete experiment. it's something that was recommended to me several times because I like to talk to people. It's just what I do. So, started the channel. Sorry, there's people outside trying to get in. They don't realize that the antique ladies are closed today. But anyway, so I decided, fuck it, why not? Let's give it a try. I'm a few months into it, and I'm enjoying it. I really am. I'm not a professional YouTuber. Like, I don't edit this shit. I don't modify it in any way. I just record and post and hope that I help somebody. The name of this page is Designer Drive, and it's supposed to be about graphic design, and I will probably hone in on that a little more come this next year. Like, I made a list of topics the other day, that way I can kind of stay on track. But it's also about life, you know, graphic designer or not, we all need to hear some things in life, and I enjoy sharing my experiences. I enjoy sharing my journey, and I hope that it helps somebody. I really do. I hope that y'all learn something. I hope that I can give y'all encouragement of some kind for something. I don't know. I try, man. I try. All right, so let's see. Last thing is, this year we moved into the new house. You know, I talked about this in earlier videos. The story on that house was, you know, we found this house 4 years ago. We fell in love with it. It wasn't available. I want to sum it up as short as possible. We looked into this house several times over the past 4 years, and randomly it came available in September. And the day we found out, 3 days later, we had keys to it. If that isn't just divine something, and I'm not going to go there, but sometimes things happen for a reason. Sometimes life is all about timing, and that timing couldn't have been more perfect, and we're really excited. I mean, we finally finalized our move, and Lewis has the shop up and running to full capacity. Our house is, you know, we just celebrated our first couple of holidays with, you know, so it's been surreal, but it's put a piece in my heart that's been missing for a while, and I'm really happy about it. All right, so that's things I've accomplished this year, you know, in a very roundabout storytelling kind of way. So let's focus on the things that I plan on doing in 2020. All right, I'm not one about resolutions. I've never done resolutions because, to be honest, I never stick with them. If I put things into a format of this is what I'm doing this year, it's almost like immediately setting myself up to fail. But if I make a list of things that I'm going to aim to accomplish, or just things that I have on my to-do list for sometime this year, I want to get it done type of thing, it's more realistic for me. So here are some of the things I plan on doing this year. I'm stepping up my game. I say this every year. I'm aware. I repeat it every year, stepping up my game. How many times am I going to step up? Every fucking year. All the time. Because every year I learn something new to help me project myself to the next level. Okay? Me going to the convention taught me a few things I didn't know before then. Me starting YouTube, it's been a learning experience the whole time. I mean, there's a lot of things that I've picked up this past year that I'm going to implement this year, and really, hopefully it launches me, right? So one of the main things that I've learned is I got to network more. For a recluse, antisocial, anxiety-driven person, this is hard. This is probably my hardest thing for me to do. Is I'm just not that person, you know. My husband, his business is thriving. Why? Because he's my big ball of happy. He's a ray of sunshine to everybody that meets him. He's warm, he's welcoming. Hence why he has such a strong following. Everybody loves him. I'm not that person. I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not. I can be negative. I can be, sorry, my hair's driving me nuts. I can be too real for people. I say things that people don't want to hear, even when they need to hear it. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm the parent in the situation. I'm the person that people come to when they know that they need a lecture, when they know that they need a shot of realness in their life, and not everybody wants that. So they come to me when they're ready for it, but in reality, most people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear where they're going wrong. They don't want to hear how they're supposed to improve anything or what my story is on the topic, because like my kids, they think it's a lecture. And it is. It kind of is a lecture, you know, and nobody wants to hear a freaking lecture, but that's what I do. That's what I'm good at, and I'm 99.9% right most of the time. So, and people hate that. They hate it. I'm not that ray of sunshine. I'm the dose of reality. That's what I am. So anyways, my dose of reality is I need to network more. So I got to figure out how to do that and step out of my comfort zone a little more this year and really kind of put myself out there. One of the things I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to set it up today, is Twitter. All right. I'm old. I'm 40 years old, okay? I have yet to sign on to Twitter. I have yet to even try to play with Twitter. I don't know how it even fucking works. My 15-year-old daughter's probably going to have to give me a lesson on how to work it, okay? But if I've learned anything watching a few people that I admire that are entrepreneurs or designers or whatever, Twitter is a must. It just is. It's more of a must today than Facebook. Facebook was the must 10 years ago. And I have Facebook down pat, but I also need to have Twitter down, and that's gonna be hard for me to adjust to, but I gotta figure it out, right? All right, I'm going to another convention this year. I signed up I heard about it at the last convention, and even though that like I was so anxiety filled at the other convention, this one here is in Austin, which, one, I love Austin. Two, it's going to have a keynote speaker that I absolutely love. He's my favorite designer. His name is I just had a brain fart. I can't remember his name, but anyways, Aaron Draplin. There we go. Aaron Draplin's going to be there, and I've been wanting to meet him for years. So you bet your ass I bought tickets, and I plan on going. All right. Something that I decided on just this past couple days during my self-pity, self-doubt week this past week is that something I honestly hadn't really thought of, and it's common sense, but why I didn't do it or why it hasn't crossed my mind is beyond me. I need to make a resume. I have not used a resume in almost 10 years, okay? I have never used a resume since I've been a graphic designer. I haven't used a resume since I managed apartments. So I need to make a resume for myself, and I need to establish a legit portfolio. I have my Facebook page that just has all these random pictures on it. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. I have my website that has a few key pieces on it, but really it's not portfolio driven. So I need to establish a portfolio, and there's a site called Behance that I started using it back when I was in school still, because they introduced us to it, but I haven't touched it since. So I think it's time for me to reestablish that and actually create a real portfolio and make sure that I have it on all my social media outlets and my website. That way I have a portfolio. Everybody knows the designer has to have a portfolio. I don't freaking have one. Anytime anybody's ever asked me for a portfolio, I just send them to my Facebook page. That's not very professional. So what I was thinking is I'm going to create this resume and portfolio, and I'm going to start applying for jobs. I honestly, I've been marketing myself on Facebook and all this, but I say all this like a lot, but it's really not a lot. But yet I haven't been spending time looking up or putting myself out there as a freelancer looking for work. That sounds common, like it should be common sense, but it honestly hasn't crossed my mind until this week. That I should spend time, just as much time, sending messages on Facebook to business owners as searching for actual freelance work. You know those moments when you realize that you can't be mad at the world because it's your fault that you weren't doing things that you were supposed to be doing? That was a realization that I came to just yesterday. and it's kind of a slap in the face because I can't be mad at anybody but me. So I talk about taking my business to the next level, and I talk about expanding and needing more business to pay the bills and da 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 da. That should have been number one on my list. It really should have been, and it wasn't. And that's changing. All right, I'm going to enjoy life at home more. I now have a home that is ours, that I can make me a garden. I can spend time trimming trees. I can do all the things that I used to love to do when I lived out in the country before, that I haven't been able to do for several years now. Enjoy being outside, not just sitting on a couch watching TV. Enjoy helping my husband in the shop whenever I'm at home and he's working. Just really being happy being at home. I don't have to be on the road going shopping or going exploring all the damn time anymore. I mean, honestly, I've run out of things to explore anyways, and I don't need to buy shit else. I really don't. So I need to learn how to, I don't need to learn. I know how to, but now I'm in a space in my life that I can enjoy home life again, and I'm looking forward to that. I plan on volunteering more. There's a program here at the school which I fudged up this year on my signing up process, and I didn't get to get fully registered for a program that's called YET. It's like a youth mentoring program through the school district. I really want to do that next year, so I'm going to really try to do that. I'm going to volunteer my time more I've signed up for the band booster club, be more involved in that. My daughter's only going to be in high school 2 more years, and I want to enjoy that experience with her as much as possible. Band moms, y'all roped me into that. Y'all better make sure that I have fun, just saying. I'm going to believe in myself more. That is probably the biggest one, because the amount of doubt I have in my abilities, the amount of doubt I have in my business, I fight it on a regular basis. There's a lot to be said about not comparing ourselves to other people. I love following other designers. I love following entrepreneurs because I learn from them. But do you know how hard it is to not compare myself to where they are versus where I am? Do you know how hard it is to not look at the things that they've accomplished and go, why, how come I haven't accomplished that? I can know that it took them 20 years to get there. I can know that. They've told me, they've told their story, I know it, but it's still in my head. I'm like, how come? What am I doing wrong? Am I even on the right path? I have to have faith in the process, and I have to have faith in myself more than what I have recent years. And it'll be a struggle, but I'm going to do my best. Last one, you just continue to stay healthy. The diabetes I've kept it for the most part in really good check. I'm not a big health guru. I don't follow a strict diet. I really suck at following diets. I just do my best to cut out as much sugar as possible, cut out as much carbs as possible. I drink a lot of water. I'm finally to the point where I really like drinking water. I didn't think I'd ever be able to say that, but when I go out to eat now, I get water with lemon. That's a big jump from me drinking a Coke every time we went. I went from Cokes to tea, and then I remember my dad used to drink water with lemon, and I'm like, who drinks that? Like, why? Why would you drink that? But honestly, I've enjoyed it. I didn't think that I would ever be able to say that, but I do. I need to lose a little more weight. I'm working on that. I need to really stick to my promise to go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. If I do that and I continue watching what I eat and continue taking my medication, hopefully by next year there'll be a huge difference in me. I really hope there'll be a huge difference from who I was a year ago to then. It is a process though, and it's a struggle that every diabetic I know struggles with, because every day you have to make that choice not to eat certain things. Every day you make that choice to not sit on the couch all day. Every day you make that choice to say, no, I don't need bread with my dinner. I don't need a whole plate of rice. I don't need I'm not going to eat pancakes for breakfast, you know. So every day is a struggle, and I'm going to do my best. So I really hope that everybody has a great New Year's Eve. A great 2020 is coming into our life, and I really hope that everybody accomplishes the goals that y'all set out for yourself. I have so much going on, so much that I want to share with y'all, and I hope that we all have a great time this next year, because it's supposed to be a big one, right? I wish you all the best. Have a safe, happy, great New Year. I really, really wish the best for y'all, and I can't wait to see what we accomplish next year. Have a happy New Year. I will see y'all on Thursday. Not real sure what we're doing on Thursday, but I'll see y'all on Thursday. Later.